Hey, what's up, all you basement dwellers? Tickle My Shoes here, aka Fluffalole, also known as the Hecate King when I play games such as EVE Online. Today we're going over still the new Upwell sites that CCP released for the patch, for the Storm patch, which allows us to get the BPCs and the blueprints and the materials needed for the new Storm ships, which are right here. You guys can see right here. If you guys want to hear me discuss more about them, I do discuss them in a previous video. Make sure to check the link down below in the description. Here are the ships right here. So the way that we can currently acquire them is by doing these sites. And like I said in my previous video, we have been running the sites in many different ships. And just so you guys know, any ship that is basically heavy cruiser size, any T3 cruiser. I've seen some of the Navy cruisers do it. Every battle cruiser, every battleship can complete the site if you're a solo player. So basically right here, this one that I created right here is a runoff of one of my alpha builds. Any alpha player can actually complete this site solo in a Gila, remembering that you do not actually need the Republic medium. You can set that to a T2 and the effects will still be the same. What makes this ship really powerful, you guys, to do the sites is that it's really cheap, and on top of that, an alpha player can do it. But if you truly look at the build on the ship here defensively, what do you guys see? Well, it is a plus ship. What that means is if you drew a line on the screen, you had the effects of the plus and the negative as a wavy effect. Thus, this is just a green line across the screen. It is just perfectly stabilized in the center, as we have no debuffs to our defensive capabilities that are stacking mathematically on the ship, meaning that everything is individually a different thing, so there's no negative effects that comes to your defensive capabilities, thus meaning that this thing can tank some heavy newt pressure. No newts can turn you off. This thing can tank full, I think it tanks like 2.5 Stratioses under pressure during testing, and then it'll shatter. It'll tank like 3 or 4 Dragoons, weird things like that. So other than that, it works out pretty good. But as you guys can see right here, there's nothing too shiny about it, nothing too expensive. It does mainly defend against the explosive and the kinetic and the thermal. You do want an EM shield hardener on here for the A-class little drone boats. They tend to do only EM damage, and if you do not have one on there, and I just left it like that, they do hit you for like 500-600 at times. If you're basic using just this basic large shield booster, you will in the video see that at times you will have to overheat it sometimes when you're getting into orbit the end boss. Other than that, do remember that this is a straight PvE build and that it is not set for PvP, so if any players land on you, you're pretty much screwed and you have to fight your way out. You could take this off right here. You see how it lowers about 80 DPS, you guys, and you could go like this. You could unfit it, open this up right here, go to your modules, and you could take what are they called, the warp core stabilizers. You could put one of these right here. This gives you the strength, I do believe. Nope. Targeting range, nope. This one. One sec, you guys. It's in right here in my old fit. But you could put the defensive. You could put the defensive one basically that allows it so down here when you're down to like one ship or the final boss, everything's just warp disrupting you once you kill those small ones. So because you have no defenses against a player, you could take his drone amplifier off here and put the warp core thing here so that yeah, it was the warp core stabilizer, so that when the end boss is long pointing you, you can just warp away at any moment. You can warp off and you don't have to worry about anything. So as long as there's only one ship that has a point on you, you can always escape, meaning if players are coming at the end boss moment, you can get out of there. Other than that, you're completely screwed and you have to fight your way through. So we have lost, let's see, I've lost about 2 Gilas. No, I lost 1 Gila in this event, I think, and a Proteus. And I killed like 8 battle cruisers so far. Had some sweet fights with like 3 or 4 battleships. And I've gotten like, I don't know, 4 to 6 billion ISK in loot. So all in all, it's way profitable. So make sure that you guys are getting out there and enjoying the sites too, because they are pretty fun, even if you are just rolling around solo. Also remember to never give a hoot if your ship goes down, but do try to be risk adverse. You want to make sure that you are making money and not just burning ships. And if you do not know too much about EVE Online and you are a newer player, I would suggest getting a little help from somebody else and not just going into low sec solo, because we do know that in null sec blocks there are huge fleet fights and stuff like that, but low sec is more solo and small game, so you will find more elite players out there in the solo life, and you will find more players with an understanding of the game out there. Other than that, let's get right into the video.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so remember, I'm just letting you see that you can complete these sites in the Gila. That is the new Upwell Covert Research Facility sites. When you come into these sites, make sure that you always kill the small ones first. As you can see that they scram point, everything pretty much scrams, points, webs, long points you in here, etc. All that stuff. Always keep an eye on your drones too, remembering that in the drone boats, they seem to be in the sites heavily aggro towards all of the drones. So basically you want to make sure that you're always pulling them in, launching them out, pulling them back in. This right here, you guys are coming in. This is the second wave. There's usually 4 or 5 waves to each site. I'm letting you guys see that you can do it completely in a 278 to 98 million Iskila. So other than that, we're just going to keep doing this. If you guys want to learn more about the sites, you can check out the description of my previous video down in the description there. There will be a link. So I'm just doing this right here. But in the meantime, you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up just so you guys can get the idea, and we'll slow it down each time that I set to a new spawn.
A few moments later.
Alright, as you guys can see, so the battleship went down. So we'll head back to over here as everything spawns in. Remembering it doesn't even matter really where you are into the site, as everything will jump around to different locations and then jump back to you so that they can land on you and continue the fight. Here in this ship, we can just rep forever. We don't have to worry about anything. But when the spawns come, remember that the small ones will come and scram, which are the frigate-sized vessels, which these ones right here, they will come and scram and web you. And then when it comes to these ones right here, they do newt. The destroyer class vessels will be the ones with the newt. If you're under any kind of newting pressure and worried about stuff like that, you can see right here on the overview. And when you look at the things type A anomalous, when you look at here on the screen, he's actually hitting me for straight EM damage, and the type C is hitting me for straight kinetic. Alright, switch our drones. They're going quite aggro on them. Alright, I'm just going to speed the camera back up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
A few moments later.
Alright, so there goes the second wave. Also remember, you guys, that we are in low sec. So you got to keep your D scans up, making sure that nothing comes, because in this fit, yeah, you can do the sites very easily, but you are not PvP fit. This is full PvE. Anything comes in to player versus player, and you're pretty much toast. They're gonna ace you. There's nothing you can really do. We're not set to take out a player or hold a player. We don't even rep that much. We're just highly resistant to what they dish out. So you guys can see here, we just have 3 of the heavy spawns and 1 small. So wait till everything locks you up a bit and you see some red boxes like we do there, then launch your drones. So you guys see right here, here's the next spawn. These guys weapon disrupt, long point, and guidance disrupt you. That would be the anomalous. So other than that, I'm going to speed the camera up. We'll catch you guys shortly.
A few moments later.
Alright, there you go. There goes the next wave. So far, so good. I can see that there is a Punisher down at the nubs there. But other than that, everything's going good so far. Remember, you guys, that you can get drone sentient drops from the final battleship, and that you can get some pretty sweet loot. You do seem to get about 10 million per ISK per site. That's what I was getting as I was running a bunch of sites. Here comes the end spawn right here. So in this build, you guys, you can see right here that you can tank. He's going to jump and then he's going to jump back, and he always lands within 20 kilometers of you, or 22 kilometers as a close one. So he's going to jump back down here. We'll just angle up this way a bit. So he should be at the 20 something mark. There he is. He's at 19. So remember, this guy will web, newt, point. So I try to get real close on him. We can tank him as we have 2 batteries, cap rig, and then we have the cap flux coil on the low. The DPS sometimes we have trouble tanking, but the newt and stuff like that you can tank. So you guys see me, I'm heating up a few times right here. Just trying to get rid of him real quick. Heat up these rapid lights. So we seem to be doing okay. Let's unheat this stuff. Well, you get up to about here on your shields, like 75%. That's when I start usually overheating and stuff. But we're in the orbit, so his damage isn't as much. He's hitting for omni damage too, if you guys see on the screen. Thermal, kinetic, explosive, EM. Mainly thermal. Right, he's a shield boat, so he should be going down quick, and his heavy bounty is a clean 5 million. Hopefully we get some good stuff from this one. Let's turn our engine off, save maybe more cap. And his resist profile, I do believe, is average the same. Yep. So overheat all this. Click our engine on. Some structure. We're at 75, should be good now. And there it goes, going down. Alright, you guys, and from start to finish, from the moment that this guy blows up, the site did take us about 11.5 minutes in the Gila. Because with the gunship you have to apply and get up close, where this I can just launch the drones. But every ship is viable. Remember, in these sites, that for the first time any ship can complete the sites. There's 10 million from that, plus we got 10 million from the bounty, so that's 20 million so far. But you can literally complete these sites, you guys, in any heavy cruiser, any Tech 2 cruiser, any T3 cruiser, any battle cruiser, any faction battle cruiser. I've even seen Navy cruisers complete it. Every battleship. It's actually quite amazing that for the first time you have so much diversity in what you would want and what is the best to fly when you're doing one of these sites. Look, I almost burnt everything up. So in that aspect, I find it very cool. And I'm having a lot of fun doing these sites, so I do hope that you guys are having fun as well, as we do only have about 10 solid days left of getting out there and getting your grind on. The sites are pretty cool, pretty interesting. Here's a Dragoon right here. I have to leave the loot. Oh, he's on us. We're toast. We cannot PvP. Because he's heavy nuding me. But we are heavily resistant. So let's see what we can do here. Not seeing too much DPS. Hopefully this guy's just a tank. Because we are tanking it. Yeah, we're tanking him. Oh, +1 again. This is what I love about the sites, you guys. We might lose this 270 something million is Gila, but we've completed like retarded amount of sites. There's like billions of ISK worth of stuff. Here comes a wolf and a typhoon. I'm so dead. Here comes the wolf. I'm gonna put everything on the wolf. Here comes the typhoon. Almost killed the Stratios. Overheat it all. Ah. Oh, yeah, here we go. We're toast. GF boys. But as you guys can see, like, that's pretty fun like that. We did getting a kill. They got the best of us. But we ended up making more than we lose there. So I have lost 2 Gilas, but I've completed about 30 sites. I made about 5.2 billion ISK or something like that from all of the sites. Lost about 500 million. I have had a lot of fun. I lost a Proteus so far, but we did kill like 6-7 battle cruisers, and I will be hunting later. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and as you can see, like I said earlier, when it comes to the Gila, if you do get caught, you're pretty much screwed, as you are alone if you're doing it solo. So I would suggest that when you find the sites, do it in the safety of a null block if you have nullsec friends, or if you are in an area where there's low population, low movement. Alright guys, so you can see right here that even though we lost that Gila, right here is all the loot that we got from the 6 sites that we ran while we had that ship before that happened. And then on top of that, there was another like 8 to 12 sites, like maybe 4 or 5 jumps from here, where it's got like the same kind of stuff, but it has like, here we got 3 sentient drops. The other one has like 8 sentient drops. I have literally like a billion or two in just the sentient drops from the drones and stuff like that, not including the blueprints, the covert research stuff, things like that. So all in all, it's pretty good. But just remember when you are running that PvE Gila build, because I do know that those players are active, and that I wanted to see what it was like if they would come and land on me and try to kill me, especially that because they are militia members. So it's really interesting to see the militia members fight and engage one another, then stop what they're doing, try to counter their ships, and then move and try to attack you guys. So all in all, it's pretty cool, and you can see that an alpha player could easily do these sites solo in the same build because that is my original alpha Gila build. We just tweaked it a little bit for the sites, making it very easily viable and under an entire nuding pressure of a Dragoon and full nuding pressure of a Stratios. You can see that we still held up under the pressure to the cap, and they couldn't fully nude us out. The thing that ended up trashing us there was a Typhoon and some heavy vessels. If they didn't show up and it was just those two, we actually, even though we had no point, either would have chased that Stratios off or would have ended up killing it because we didn't see any reppers. I do believe it was just heavily buffed, but as you guys can see, you can do it in the Gila as well, as the Gila in the end is always king to most of the PvE sites and is one of the best PvE ships in my opinion in EVE Online. But I do hope you guys are still enjoying the sites and getting out there and getting your treasure on, or if you're just willing to go around and hunt, make sure you get out there and try to catch some of those treasure hunters, the Indiana Jonesers with your little PvP friends. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.